So you know, my girl, she like, what's going on? I'm like, fuck all that, we out. Like, I'm not gonna ask no questions. We just gonna follow the crowd. Next thing you know, real like gunshots start going off. So you know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to follow the crowd, get out of there. I look back, no cap, yo, no cap. I look back, it looked like a big ass shadow, but it was solid at the same time, like a few shadows, but they were solid at the same time. And it almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was chasing us, but they was disappearing and reappearing closer.
On January 2nd, an extremely strange event occurred in Florida, something that even today continues to go viral and continues to bring more new information, provoking a complete hysteria since some believe it was a paranormal incident of an alien nature, and the videos are incredible, something that most have never seen. Hundreds of police cars were deployed that night, hundreds and hundreds of officers to contain what some believed was something of unknown origin. A story that quickly went viral on the internet because people, the witnesses, began to upload videos completely terrified, telling what they had seen. Creatures more than 3 meters high that appeared out of nowhere. I know it sounds crazy. I know it seems like something from a science fiction movie, but the videos of the people and the large number of police cars, almost never seen before, made the news that all of the United States media covered worthwhile. My name is Leonore Clay, and you're watching The Darkest Secret. Today we present the strange video of the Bayside creatures. Have you ever seen something like this? Have you ever seen so many patrol cars deployed? What type of incident requires so much police force? Not even the most dangerous mass shootings have required so many police officers. Will the official version be real? Will what the witnesses testify be real? Or will we be under a new smokescreen orchestrated to hide other news? We will answer all of those questions in this video. But first, let me give some context. It was 8 at night when Miami police received a call indicating an altercation inside a mall in the Bayside sector. They were informed that there were sounds of gunshots, people running, and fights both inside and outside the mall. An event that was involving many people. That chaos triggered what is called emergency call of the entire city, which means that Miami would send all available units in the entire city towards the epicenter of the conflict. There were hundreds of patrols that arrived at the scene, something so unusual that it caught the attention of many people. And if you think about it, never before had so many police officers been needed to contain a situation. The police reported that during the first minutes of the incident, they received several calls from desperate people, saying that they heard gunshots inside the mall. But then, the first information that began to circulate on the internet was that a mass shooting was being carried out. And here, let me stop for a minute. Take a second to ask yourself, have you seen so many police officers deployed due to a mass shooting? That's the first thing that made people conclude that there must be something more going on.
Hell no! Oh, hell no! What the fuck is happening, bro? Hey, we out of this hole! We out of this hole!
The curious thing is that before these videos of people running went viral, Videos of witnesses had already begun to be uploaded stating that something truly strange had occurred within the walls of the mall. The video that I will show you below is from one of those witnesses. Sosa Pippin wanted to tell his experience after noticing that more people were telling their version. Listen.
Nobody's gonna talk about it. Figured, fuck it, like, you know what I'm saying? I was down in Miami for the New Year's, you know what I'm saying? Me and my girl, I got a little timeshare. We was down there on a like a mini vacay, you know, to start the New Year's off right. So anyway, we happened to be at that mall. So we had Foot Locker or whatever. Next thing you know, you start hearing all this commotion outside, sound like firecrackers or something. So, you know what I'm saying? I grab her close. I'm like, yo, we about to get up out of here, because I originally thought that they were shooting. Some type of gunfight had broke out, whatever the case is, because we're not familiar with Miami, we're not familiar with the city. So I'm like, my girl, she's like, what's going on? I'm like, fuck all that, we out. Like, I'm not gonna ask no questions, we just gonna follow the crowd. Next thing you know, real like gunshots start going off. So you know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to follow the crowd, get out of there. I look back, no cap, yo, no cap. I look back, it looked like a big ass shadow, but it was solid at the same time, like a few shadows, but they were solid at the same time. And it almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was chasing us, but they was disappearing and reappearing closer. So I'm like, yo, what? So we start really moving. Next thing you know, we start hearing more gunshots. Like, these dudes start firing at this shit. Get outside, mad police, all that. You know what I'm saying? The police is like trying to get all the people that ran out the mall. They like trying to like detain these people, whatever. But me and my girl, we ended up just sliding past all that and everything like that. But a lot of people saying, why didn't nobody film and all that? When that type of shit is going on, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, like some paranormal, nobody thinking about no phones. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going survival mode.
First of all, this video was downloaded from TikTok. It is no longer in the user's account. Second, this witness mentions something interesting to analyze. And that is, when the first statements began, people asked questions. And where are the alien videos? An extremely valid question. But Pippin, who was supposedly there, says that in a situation like that, no one records. Which, in a way, is true. You have to understand that in a situation of panic, hysteria, and stress, your mind does not work the same as always. That is why, for example, in school shootings, there are almost no recordings of students when the murderer is nearby with a weapon. People's instinctive reaction is to seek refuge or flee. In the 2010 Chile earthquake, several videos were documented, but in most of them, none of the protagonists were in real danger. But let me tell you, you will not find recordings of witnesses who were in danger, because people focused on living. During airplane or ship emergencies, such as the case of U.S. Airways Flight 1549, which landed in the Hudson River, the priority of passengers and crew was safety and not documentation of the event. That is why in this same case, the only video inside the shopping center is the one that you now see on the screen. Everyone else was running because the sense of self-preservation prevents you from distracting your attention from the most important element in a situation like this, to protect your life.
And we went to the mall just, to see what's up. So this is what happened. This is what happened. This is what I'll draw you what can happen. This is what happened. Okay. There was a whole bunch of teens, right? A whole bunch of teens, and they had this little fucking box, like a little DVD player type thing, right? And they were like, yeah, watch, go ahead. And there was a whole bunch of them. They look all nerdy. They weren't like thugged out. They all dressed nice and shit or whatever, but they were just right there, combo and shit. And a lot of them had like backpacks, and some of them had like weird guys' glasses, like like welding glasses. And I was like, what the fuck? And the other guy was like, just go ahead and plug it in. I mean, we're right here, we're safe, you know. And so somebody plugged this shit in, and it started flickering, right? Because there was a column right here, you know. I was over here on the top. I was up here on the top level. They were down here, and I was watching them from over here. Okay, so this shit started flickering, and it was flicking the rows of lights right here. All these lights were flickering. Then it started popping. When it started popping, everybody from over here started running this way to see, because everybody was nosy. And as soon as it started popping, this thing started glowing, and it started going like a force field. Woo, 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 woo. And everybody that was behind this, that I was seeing, everybody looked like this. Like digital. Like it was being disruptive wave. Only right here. Not right here. Everything else was still flickering. Right here was still popping. People were running. As soon as they got close and they see how this thing was moving, everybody started going this way. When they started going this way, these guys started backing up, because from this, it started glowing, and it looked like somebody put a foot out like that. And then somebody put a hand out like that. And then all you see was this. All you see was like this. An image like that. That's all I seen. This was all glowing, so it was bright. This was the dark thing that I thought I seen come out. It looked like that. That's what came out. I was right here looking. It was me and 4 other dudes. 2 other guys ran over here and started filming. I'm waiting for them to give me the footage. They say they got this thing coming out, and it didn't look like somebody. It looked more like everything got disrupted and was all wavy, and it did that effect. That's what it looked like to me. You know, I'm a graffiti artist. You know, I can do all kinds of shit with a spray paint can and make shit look like, you know, whatever. But, you know, when you get a mirror and bend it and all kind of crazy shit, or, you know, the sounds and whatever. Yeah, man, I seen this. This is what I seen. And it looked like it was coming out of this. And it's because whatever little box they had was bright and almost like you know, one of those military flashlights that they were trying to plug up, but it had like a horn to it, because it was like, and all this was disrupting, and this shit right here was popping, you know, all this right here was popping. But this is what I seen. This is what I seen come out. And everybody's taking off, screaming like, oh my God, look at that. Everybody's turning around and look back to see this. And they were like, oh my God, and running. And at that point, this shit already fell and broke. And we were still right here walking this way, because somebody started shooting from over here. Because we seen lights, like 2 or 3 lights. And then the dudes that are right here, because those people right here looking, they took off this way. That's what I seen.
What do you think of his testimony? Pippin was talking about sounds like gunshots, the same sounds that this urban artist mentions. He says that they came from lights that were similar to those of fireworks. Lights that came from the briefcase that some teenagers opened. Teenagers? What an unusual source. One would expect that those involved in this were military or men in black. They were normally dressed teenagers. It catches my attention because it is the best way to go completely unnoticed. Furthermore, I'm struck by the amount of detail he mentions. How it seems to be difficult for him to try to find words to describe what he saw. To describe something that his mind did not understand. Almost all the witness videos I saw talked about similar things, but from different perspectives. This graffiti artist said he heard the sound of a very intense horn, and while I was putting together this video, I heard other witnesses mention that. but in a similar way, like if someone blew hard through a pipe. Listen to this third witness.
In my basement and filmed this. This shit is so crazy. I'm posting this and I want y'all to repost, save this video, post it on other platforms before it gets taken down, because I want to clear up some of this misinformation about the Bayside Mall incident that happened. So me and my girl was in town and we were shopping at the mall and we noticed a lot of kids there. It wasn't a real big deal at first until they got to arguing and shoving, and then like weapons got brought in and they started fighting, running all over the mall, chaos just all over the place. So we thought we heard gunshots, but it turns out that that was actually fireworks. But either way, that caused everybody to start rushing for the doors. People was leaving stuff behind. I mean, just dragging their kids. It was just complete fucking chaos, man. Anyway, so as we running, we look back and we noticed some weird shapes taller than me. I'm 6'2", shadowy, dark, solid shapes, not human. I promise you, these is not human. I mean, it made the hair stand up on my skin. And shit, we just booked it for that, man. I can't explain what that was. I can't say that was aliens, but I can say that was not human. It was not human. And they online, I don't know if they're trying to cover this stuff up, but they saying that it was police officers and somebody, not shadowy figures. It's 2024, man. It's something going on. There's something going on, and they trying to cover it up. A lot of people saw what I saw, and like I say, it was so much chaos ensued that it was just hard to let that sink in, that we was realizing what we looking at. I mean, it's something you can never even create in your head in a dream. I'm putting this out there though, man, because I want people to know that this stuff is real. Get this out and spread this. And if you were a person that was there and you saw what I saw, please put this video out, because they trying to cover this stuff up, man. They don't want us to tell the truth. And I got a good feeling this video will be taken down. So don't listen to the media.
Do you notice the similarities with the other witnesses? Screams, fights, and pushing. The same thing that the graffiti artist said, as if they had seen the same thing. Please know that these videos were uploaded almost at the same time. That is, yes, there is a possibility that everyone watched each other's video before making their own. But the closeness of time and the low virality they had makes me think that rather they were witnessing the same thing. Well, these are the most popular testimonies. There are many and more come out every day, but we already heard the part that talks about the creatures. But what is the official version? Because obviously after the hysteria, the police spoke out and mentioned mockingly that there were no aliens, no ETs or anything like that, that it was simply a bunch of kids throwing fireworks at people, and that there were others shooting real weapons inside the establishment, and that the entire Miami police were called just in case everything got out of control. However, for some, this version is a little weak, especially with all the incidents of mass looting that are happening in markets all over the United States, where dozens or even hundreds of people break into places to steal everything they can find. And still, when this happens, only 1 or 2 patrols are enough to control the matter. But this? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be conspiratorial, much less convince you of the alien story, but you have to admit that at the very least, it's weird. People shooting fireworks inside and no video of that? Teenagers shooting at the ceiling and no one recorded? I mean, come on. YouTube is full of videos like that. As soon as someone lights fireworks, the cameras light up too. But not in this case, especially in a mall. That would catch the eye of an attention seeker who wants to go viral because of the bunch of fools who set off fireworks inside. It seems to me as if there was something that was not being told to us. or that they wanted to hide. Watch this video. What you will see below is a perspective from the highlight of that night. Look at this shadow. A strange and enormous shadow seems to fly over the place, just as the witnesses describe it. Something enormous, without much shape, that is even capable of changing form. Can you tell me what that is? Does it seem familiar to you? Well, I feel that things like that have already been shown on the channel. Just like those, we have shown several shadows that did not seem to have a specific source that project them. Could it be that whatever was seen in the mall was already with us before? With all the information already presented, what story are you left with? Aliens? Or what the police say? Nothing more than some teenagers doing mischief? We must consider that there is indeed a kind of hysteria. First, it was believed that this video was proof of the alien, when in the end, it was just 3 police officers walking together. But still, I ask you because there is a third option, and that is that there are some on the internet who are more inclined towards the possibility that all of this is an attempted smokescreen. Disinformation to lose our attention to a global case that could involve high world powers. Surely this year, 2024, started interesting. But what strikes me most is how in social networks, above all, a simple idea, whether true or false, can be fueled by human beings' desire to confirm our own beliefs and fears. Those who want so badly to believe in aliens went on a rampage over this story, mutating it with supposed eyewitness experiences that could never have been true. For example, the first witness that we show in the video, a few days later he released another video laughing and saying that he had never been to Miami and that they should not believe everything they hear. Even though he came out to deny his first version, many people still appeared telling him that the government had paid him for his silence. Imagine that. We do live in strange times, don't we? Before it was believed that access to information was the problem of society. Now in the information age, we realize that sometimes all that access ruins us. There's so much information from so many different sources that you don't know what to believe. This is intensified, above all in social networks, where ideas are not only reinforced, but seem to mutate, acquiring new forms, often more alarming and less anchored in reality. An unverified statement becomes a rumor. The rumor mutates, grows over time, and becomes an accepted truth, and thus explodes a chain reaction of misinformation that, if left unchecked, ends up logging in the pages of our history. What to do about this case? What to believe? Everything will depend on you. My name is Leonore Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.